It was pregnant.
I can say goodbye.
Yeah, mazel tov. Anybody else over there? Iris, come on, Iris.
Big Mouth Irish. And I am a caretaker also for the Druckers. And I've only been in the family a couple of years, but I feel like I've been here
Forever.
in a good sense.
Hi, I'm Mariel Cuthbertson. I just started. I'm a healthcare technician for the Druckers. And I'm also going to school for an LPN.
Yay!
Right.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
My name is Hello. That's what Miss Annie calls me, Hello. But my name is Olivia Roan. They call me Libby too. And I think I started in July, I believe it was, to be caretaker for Mr. and Mrs. Green. And it's a pleasure to be with you. And I really enjoy their company on Sundays when I come. And happy anniversary, many more.
There are two actually other caregivers, and we are very grateful for the care that my parents are given. And one we can't really say enough about, Elizabeth. Everybody here knows Elizabeth. Elizabeth has been part of the family for longer than I have. And as a kid, when I couldn't find something, my mother would say, "Go ask Elizabeth." And unfortunately, Elizabeth's husband passed away yesterday, so Elizabeth is not able to be with us, but she certainly sends her love. And Iris, Bernice, who is also a caregiver, unfortunately, she had to go to Jamaica with her daughter.
Oh, shucks.
It was hard. She was ready to go, but her daughter got stood up, so Bernice was kind enough to fill in, and Bernice did this beautiful collage over here that everyone's welcome to take a look at. The two over there, the family tree was done by my daughter-in-law, Devorah Rafi's wife, and the bowl with the pictures was done by Shauna, my niece Orlean's daughter, and Dina, our daughter. And I think that really the theme for today is certainly roots, and to be able to. Is that Daddy? We'll vacuum afterwards. Yeah. We'll vacuum afterwards. Is to see, the generations that go on, and to see the growth, and that hopefully my parents have nachas from us, and do. This table.
You need a break.
Well, I've known Anne and Alex, and Libby, and for now going back, Orlean, I'm going to have to say age. Orlean, we used to meet at the market, you with Orlean and me with Gail. And the friendship just continued through all the years. And many more happy anniversaries. Thank you.
I'm Dan Koffler, my wife Lita. We've been friends of the Druckers for over 40 years, professionally and socially, and we've made 3 trips to Europe with them, so it goes back a long ways, and our daughter and everybody else has been very, very close. And I still see Alex once in a while. When he's walking around, he stops at my office.
When you can't find them.
When you can't find him, he's in my office. I'll call in advance and let you know that he's right there. Best of luck. Congratulations.
I'm Joe Summers, my wife Selma, and we came to Wilmington 40 years ago. And the Druckers were one of our first friends, and I was associated with them for, I guess, 15 years, close to it. And very fair, and our time in Bloomington has been blessed, and I guess he gave us our start. He was very good to me and all of his employees, and that's about it.
And Selma's the honey cake lady.
Yeah, every year we always...
We missed it this year.
a sponge cake.
Sponge cake.
No.
Sponge cake.
And I always wanted more lemon in it, so we put a lot of lemon in it. And I've had a little knee problem this week. I'm a little weak, but I wouldn't have missed this for anything. And I just remembered that it was, I guess, 35 years ago, we were to their 25th anniversary. And I asked Al, I said, weren't you, did you have the DuPont Country Club? He couldn't remember. So I had to check myself. I thought maybe I was wrong. But Orly straightened me out. It was 35 years ago. And we made the 60th.
That's right, the 25th.
Yeah, it was
Right,
25
right.
and it was a 60.
Joe, tell them about your son getting married.
Oh, that's another story. Our oldest son is 54. We thought he was going to make a firm bachelor. So he was going with this girl for 17 years. Short engagement. And we felt bad for the girl ourselves. We bought her a beautiful engagement ring. So we would come, she would put it on her right hand. She would go out without him. She put it back on her left hand. So finally, we were out there last February, and the girl said, "Do you think your son will ever marry us?" So I told her to be patient. She said she had been patient. So finally, we got the notice that he was going to get married, and he picked our date of our anniversary. It was our 56th, and of course his wedding night. So a lot has happened last month, plus my knee. But we met. My wife has had a little problem with some blood clots. And we didn't think we were going to make it, but the doctor gave us the okay. And she had good care when she got out there. And everything went well. So we're glad to be back in Bloomington. And
Glad to be here, Ann.
Yeah.
We'll cut off this story. We wish you many, many more happy anniversaries.
so we hope to be at the 75th. Okay.
Make reservations now.
Yeah.
All right, since I'm standing, I'm the oldest granddaughter, Shauna. My husband, Stuart, and this is our little one, Isaac, who's 15 months. No, Shlomo's younger. And I actually remember going to the Poconos for the 40th anniversary, so. Catskills, wherever. It was up there. But that was 40, right? Yeah. All right, so 40, 50, 60, so. All right, so that's my story.
I'm standing.
If you're standing, you gotta talk.
Age order, there you go.
Rocky Messing, and I am the oldest grandson.
Sort of.
On the messing side.
Yeah, on the messing
On the messing
side. On the messing side, there you go.
And my wife Devorah, who's right here. And our two kids were running around somewhere or another. You might see them dashing in between their legs. Don't worry, it's they're that age. Yeah. And I have been very, very lucky to have known the Druckers for over 28 years. Is
that all it is?
Still counting. And on behalf of this guy right here, maybe, and Devorah, we wish you many, many, many happy anniversaries.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you.
I'm Dina. I'm the next grandchild in line. And this is, turn around. This is Ralphie, my husband, Shlomo, and Shalva's also running around someplace. And, you know, I think growing up and living in Baltimore, we weren't so far away from my grandparents, and we got to see them very often. And now I live in Virginia, so we don't get up as often, but it's still always a pleasure to come, especially for good occasions. And that's my Shalva.
And Leah.
And that's Leia.
And we just wish you a happy anniversary. We're so happy to be here with you. And many happy more years for us to keep learning from you and for you to keep enjoying us. Mazel tov.
I'm Shimi Messing, and this is my wife Batsheva, and I have the privilege of being the youngest grandchild, which of course means I'm the favorite. Come on, you can tell us. They'll be all right. And I live in Baltimore with my wife, and it's been great to have such wonderful grandparents. And as you can see, the rest of the family that's here with us, and we wish you many, many more happy anniversaries together.
I'm Florence Bleiber, and I'm a friend of Anne and Alex. I've known Anne since, I guess, about 8 or 9 years old. And I have to mention this other person. We had a very dear friend, Doris Blattman-Himber, and she more or less introduced me to Annie. And Doris was my psychiatrist, and she was my psychologist.
You're in trouble.
And Anne was generous enough to give my husband and me our 25th wedding anniversary, which was a big surprise. And by the way, Alex, the water heater's still working. The water heater's still working. And I wish you. Oh, by the way, I have to tell you, Doris named Anne the killer. Because when you went shopping with her, all right, Sylvia, she would be out all day, and we had to rest up for a week because she had to see whether the button should be here or should be here. But I got smart. I went in the car and took my crossword puzzle and said, Annie, call me when you're ready. Love you.
I'm Hilda Hirshhorn. I've known Anne for about 75 years. So you can't top that. And I was her maid of honor, which was wonderful. And we've had a beautiful friendship. Then Alex came along, and the friendship continued. Mazel tov to you, and many more healthy years.
Thank you.
My name is Mutzi Blattman Bella. I've known the Smith family a long time. Libby was my little girlfriend. And my sister, Doris Himber, was probably one of Anne's dearest friends. And when she passed away, she left me these two prizes, Florence Bleiberg and they used to call me up and drive me nuts. And so I said, what Doris did, she left me Florence and Hannah. And so I'm very proud that she did leave me these two women, because one time somebody said to me, how come you're friendly with them? I said, well, what can I do? My sister was their psychiatrist, and whenever they have anything, anything's wrong, they call up and say, Mutz, I also want to say that my brother-in-law, Mel Himber, used to work for Alex for many years, and I'm happy to be here. I'm glad I was invited, and I wish you nothing but happiness and love together.
My name is Peg Rafael, and I'm a relatively new member of the Friendship Circle. I've only known them for 41 years. And it has been 41 good years. They've always been dear friends, kind, helpful, and I am so pleased to have known you. Alec and Ann, congratulations. Do you have one?
I really don't have anything to say, though I've known your mother for years and years, mostly from the Deborah. Even though we were neighbors, they lived on 4th Street and I lived on 2nd Street.
So we do know it. Go back a long, long way.
3 years ago.
Yeah, just a year or two, right? I wish you both many, many happy returns. And I'm glad to be here too.
Hi, I'm Lynn and Drucker. I am the member, I guess I'm the representative of the Drucker side of the family. I'm the eldest niece. So I got to be first, and last has privileges and first has privileges.
Last is favorite still, though.
Yeah.
And privileges.
So we, of course, have known all my life. I've known my Uncle Al, and I remember looking at their wedding pictures when I was little and thinking how beautiful, and the beautiful satin gown, and all I wanted was to be a bride, like Auntie Anne. She was the first one I knew who got married. I hope that my children will take instruction from your grandchildren, and that we will get to be grandparents too one of these days. Because we soon have not as long a wait as yours, but my 37-year-old is going to get married next summer, so we'll finally get to it. But we wish you again many years. We want to be here for the diamond anniversary. I have greetings from more cousins. They all named for the same people. So there's a gentleman named Alex Goldman, who's a first cousin, and we spoke with Tom, who's his son, and Alex today, and they send warm wishes from Florida. So, my husband Jack, and we just made our 40th, so we're a little behind you.
Congratulations.
Shimmy.
Oh, lucky me. Is it on?
I'm lost. In Stevens for the bank. Stevens for the bank. Yeah, just take it.
Very nice. Thank you.
I'm Marvin Hart, the eldest son-in-law. I started prodding around the family about 40 years ago, and Maureen and I have been married, I guess, just about 38 years. It's been a wonderful experience. We're thrilled to be here since we live in Florida, and there are hurricanes dancing around us. We're undisturbed, although we did lose power, but that's a minor consequence. We wish you both lots of happiness and continued...
And I'm the eldest.
And I'm the baby, I'm the favorite.
And
You don't want to start up.
we're happy that you're here.
Every time I go into the bank, Ann Stevens always asks for my parents, and just two other people who asked to wish and convey mazel tov to my parents. One is Riggy Levinson, and I must tell you that Riggy called, and Riggy goes with these guys. This young table over here. And Riggy's been a friend of my mother's for a zillion billion years, and one weekend I had the pleasure of hosting Riggy and Doris in my house right before Doris got sick. And as Riggy used to say, and Doris, they said, from the time my mother was 3 years old, it was, "Come on, Annie, let's go." So things haven't changed. My father keeps saying my mother's a good sleeper. So, but you can see if you are sitting in this room, you are very dear to us and to my parents. And we invite you to have something to eat. Thank you. I also, just two other things. One is that my cousins Mina and Barbara, I know I have not seen for ages. And I remember as a little kid, we used to always go to Philly on Sundays for the Cousins Club, so I'm happy to see you here to celebrate with my parents. Lynn and Jack actually just came back from a trip and made the effort to come, even though I heard you got a little lost. But
Here in Wilmington.
and just, you know, I always believe that God has a hand in everything. Obviously, that my parents are here, and when my mother, I just have to tell you one story about the old lady who's sitting back there with the young 40-year-old, otherwise known as Mary Kate Stevens. When my mother wasn't feeling well, and we realized that we needed a care giver, I called a friend of mine in Baltimore, and I said, like, where do I go? What do I do? So she said to me, call the Federation, and they'll have a list of people and agencies and whatever. So I called the Federation, and they sent me this list, and it was a number of pages, and had a number of different organizations who had people. And I take a look, and on the third page it says these people are individuals, you have to deal with them individually, and we don't really know whether they're reliable or not. Should have known then. But one of those names was Mary Stevens, and I looked and I said, it can't be, because Mary took care of my grandmother, and that's my phone, don't worry about that. And also Aunt Dora, who was little Libby's mother when my grandmother and she lived together. And I asked Libby, and Libby said, yeah, that's who it was. So I called Mary and I said, you know, my mother's in the hospital. She said, Annie, I'm going to be right over. And she went over, and we haven't been able to get rid of her since. So, again, please enjoy. You want to say something? Wait.
Andy, you want to rebuttal to that?
Any objections?
wanted to put my name on the list.
That's right, that's what she said. So, and just so you should know who these guys are, the guests of honor, my father wants to say a few words before you get to eat.
On behalf of Anne and I, we'd like to say we are very grateful that we have known you folks for so many years, and we've enjoyed every moment of it. It isn't often that we get a chance to come together and address everybody, because they are wonderful people. It's a wonderful occasion, and believe it or not, we are happy to be here with you. So I hope you will all enjoy yourselves, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart. Thank you.
This was not so easy. When my sister came up with the idea, and I said, great, and then I said to my parents, and my mother said, forget it, I don't want anything. But my mother came, so we're happy. Please enjoy.